Now, when we're looking at horses, we look for a number of things. Obviously, value is the first thing that brings me to the horse, or the video, or the page. Either way, we get to the horse and we do the on-site inspection. Now, this horse, at first glance, doesn't appear to be anything wrong with lead roll. She's a filly, first foal out of a Dewey and Howe filly named Watch the Show. Third dam is a dam of Maven. In the second dam, you have Now's the Moment, 53 and 3, 155,000 made. I like this filly. Then as I watched her walk, you can notice she was toed in a little bit. She was what we call pigeon-toed. Not bad, not a horrible thing, but you can see the telltale signs of horses that are pigeon-toed or have conformation that's not perfect. If you look just below the knees in the exact same place of this filly, on her left and right front leg, you can see splints. And a lot of those are pressure, obviously, coming from the conformation. Now, will this horse be able to sound enough to hold up and race? She could. There's nothing saying she wouldn't. We've had a couple of horses that were pigeon-toed that both did well, both had splints. So it's not the end of the world, but you watch her walk, you can see she's toed in just a tiny bit. Now, people are going to notice this, and these are the types of things where I look at them and say, okay, this horse was worth X, looking at its video, looking at its pedigree, looking at the horse. I put a value of X on the horse. How much did that decrease with these splints in the filly a little pigeon-toed? I wouldn't say too dramatically. It's not really something that I would say is a non-starter. It's not something you go looking for, but at the same time, it is something you can forgive. When I look at her, I don't see that she's pigeon-toed too badly, but obviously, when you look at the splints in the exact same place on both front legs, my first inclination would be she's taking weight. She's taking weight in a way that would create these splints. So, take that for what it's worth. It may be true, it may not be true. It's the first thing I look at when I look at horses that are pigeon-toed, and a lot of them you can see they do have splints on one leg or the other. So when I'm looking at 413, I wouldn't say she's necessarily a pitch. I would definitely say, and I did say pitch, I would definitely say the value that I had originally put upon 413 is diminished a little bit, but if she comes in even below that, still a horse that I would say is in play. Lots of good horses are pigeon-toed. It's something that you can manage and deal with depending on the temperament and the strength of the horse. So this is number 413. Her name is Lead Roll. Wouldn't say she's on the top of my list, but definitely still. Here's a muscle mass filly, Ontario eligible, number 413, selling in the middle of the sale. A little bit pigeon-toed, has splints on both her front legs, but is that the end of the world? No. We'll see what kind of value we can find in number 413, Lead Roll.